rebates and amazing lease and finance options, plus the Wilder Advantage. Why would you go anywhere else? Stop by and check us out today or 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
Visit A1 Auto Parts in Sequim and get ready to cruise, no matter where the road or water takes you. A1 Auto Parts in Marine has a wide selection of marine, auto, and trailer supplies, plus expert knowledge to ensure smooth sailing. A1 Auto even custom makes hydraulic hoses while you wait. Whether land or sea, rely on A1 Auto Parts in Marine in Sequim, right across from Sunshine Cafe Sequim.
Hi friends, it's Carrie Chance with the Wanda Fuca Foundation. We're partnering with Crab Fest again this year to serve up more than just seafood. We've got a full lineup of free music all weekend long. Don't miss our Friday night headliner, local favorites Black Diamond Junction. Then get groovy Saturday night with Sold Out Funk, an 11-piece powerhouse band from Seattle. It's music, it's community, and it's all free on the Port Angeles waterfront. Join us October 10th through 12th. Visit crabfestival.org for the full lineup.
In conjunction with Sequim Valley Chapel and Harper Ridgeview Funeral Home, we're excited to announce the installation of 3 additional niche banks within the Veterans Circle at Mount Angeles Memorial Park in Port Angeles. Each bank has 48 niches, and each niche comfortably houses 1 to 2 sets of remains. We are proud to help serve veterans and their families by adding this additional memorial space to Mount Angeles Memorial Park. Peninsula Cemeteries, because endings matter.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. You can be sure the mics will be hot. The cameras rolling today outside the federal courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia. Former FBI Director James Comey is due for arraignment in a criminal case stemming from allegations that he lied to Congress 5 years ago about media leaks. A majority of Supreme Court justices seems to be leaning in favor of a Christian counselor who's challenging bans on LGBTQ+ conversion therapy for youngsters.
Therapist Kaylee Childs argues that the ban is a violation of her First Amendment freedoms. Her attorneys argued on Tuesday that the laws passed in about half of U.S. states wrongly restrict voluntary faith-based therapy. The state argues the measure simply regulates licensed therapists by barring a practice that they say has been scientifically discredited and linked to serious harm. But the conservative majority court seemed unconvinced that states can restrict talk therapy aimed at changing feelings or behavior while allowing counseling that affirms children identifying as homosexual or transgender. Bob Agnew reporting.
The Canadians will return. President Trump says it will happen once a U.S.-Canada trade deal is reached.
The president made the prediction during an Oval Office meeting with Canada's visiting Prime Minister. Donald Trump's talk of making Canada the 51st state infuriated our neighbors to the north, who have canceled trips to the U.S. in big numbers. There's been a 23% drop in Canadian visits to the U.S. in the first 7 months of the year versus the same period in 2024.
And that's White House correspondent Greg Clugston. On a mission to safeguard federal personnel and property, some 200 National Guard troops are due for deployment today in Chicago. This as the city and the state of Illinois fight the troop deployment in court. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures 119 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
British police say they've smashed a criminal network involved in smuggling up to 40,000 stolen, unlocked cell phones to China, where those phones can fetch big bucks.
Police say the operation is the largest ever staged to tackle phone theft.
Stop! Turn around.
Police body cam footage shows the arrest of two men aged in their 30s in northeast London on suspicion of handling stolen goods. A popular method the criminals use is e-bike snatching. The Metropolitan Police handout shows a bike rider snatching a phone from a woman at a London bus stop and later an arrest.
Correspondent Charles De Ledesma. About 900 hikers, guides, and staff stranded by a snowstorm on Mount Everest's Chinese side have reached safety. A severe storm swept in Saturday night, trapping them at over 16,000 feet elevation. State media reports that some of the hikers suffered hypothermia. News and analysis, townhall.com. Lower-priced Teslas are hitting the showroom floors.
In an attempt to boost slumping sales, Tesla is selling the new Model Y for just under $40,000 with a stripped-down interior. There's also a cheaper version of the Model 3 for under $37,000. Tesla's faced anti-Elon Musk boycotts and competition from foreign electric vehicle makers. The reaction from the stock market after the news broke suggests the new models are not expected to help. Edmunds analyst Ivan Drury says investors were looking for something truly different, not an iteration of an old product. I'm Ed Donahue.
Matt Van Epps, former commissioner in Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's administration, has won a crowded Republican primary, a special election to replace GOP Congressman Mark Green, who left office this summer. In the Democratic primary, state lawmaker Afton Bain won a four-way contest. She will face Van Epps in the general election. More on these stories at townhall.com.
This is the Peninsula's Morning News.
Soundward Cloud from the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Wednesday, October 8th. Clallam County Commissioners set to vote on a resolution authorizing $1 million in affordable housing funds to support an apartment redevelopment project in Sequim. The proposal would direct money from the county's Affordable Housing Sales and Use Tax Fund. It would go to Serenity House of Clallam County for reconstruction of the Sunbelt Apartments on 5th Avenue. Sharon Maggard is executive director at Serenity House.
It's a two-story unit that has 36 apartment units in it, and it would be permanent supportive housing. And permanent supportive housing is 30% AMI with disabilities and chronically homeless. The building can be built on the site with the existing apartment units operational, so they will continue to be operational until the construction is completed, and then those residents would move over into the new apartment.
The old apartments, built back in 1947, the $1 million grant would be included in next year's county budget using funds from the Affordable Housing Sales and Use Tax 1590 program. That's created to support permanent supportive housing projects across the county. Washington's minimum wage will increase to $17.13 per hour next year, a 2.8% bump driven by inflation. The Department of Labor and Industry has announced the rise on Tuesday. The current $16.66 rate is already the highest in the country. Several Washington cities, including Seattle, Bellingham, and Tukwila, already enforce higher local minimum wages. The state is also raising the salary threshold for overtime exempt workers. By next year, salaried employees must earn at least $80,000 annually. That's 2.25 times the minimum wage to qualify for an exemption on overtime. That threshold goes up to $93,000 by 2028. States with high error rates in their food stamp programs, including Washington State, could lose hundreds of millions of dollars in federal support under a new law aimed at cutting waste. Washington state officials are now working to improve the state's performance in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, to avoid the steep financial penalties. A law passed in July set to reduce nutrition program spending by $186 billion over a decade. Beginning in 2027, states with error rates over 6% must start covering between 5 and 15% of benefits typically funded by the federal government. For Washington, that could mean up to $300 million annually. Now, Washington's error rate last year was just over 6%, the penalty threshold. Most mistakes, officials say, were overpayments. To prevent it, the Department of Social and Health Services now asking for $2 million to hire staff and build a data team focused on accuracy. Governor Bob Ferguson will consider the request in his supplemental budget proposal that's due out in December. More news after this.
Wellness. How do you practice it easily every day? At Olympic Hot Tub, we have more ways to achieve total wellness at home than ever before. Immerse yourself and let jets melt stress away in a saltwater hot spring spa. Swim in the privacy of your own backyard in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to cozy warmth and detox in an amazing Tilo sauna. Then awaken your mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Better you, better life.
More acres and more chores mean you have more ground to cover in a day. The all-new Bobcat utility tractors are built for it. With 3 models that feature open operating stations or fully enclosed cabs and up to 73 horsepower, plus a Category 2 3-point hitch for heavy implement work, these job-hungry machines take your capability to the next level. Stop into Brim Tractor in Carlsberg to find out about new Bobcat utility tractors.
Get ready to rock and roll with the ultimate classic hits band, Black Diamond Junction. From the electrifying sounds of the 60s, 70s, and 80s to the timeless anthems that define generations, Black Diamond Junction delivers non-stop entertainment that will have you dancing all night long. Whether you're planning a corporate event, wedding, or private party, don't miss out on the ultimate classic hits experience. Book Black Diamond Junction for your next event and let the good times roll. Visit our website, blackdiamondjunction.com, or call 360-460-2010 to reserve your date. Black Diamond Junction, keeping the classics alive, one unforgettable performance at a time.
Losing a loved one is overwhelming. Your mind and your heart shut down. That's where Drennan & Ford Funeral Home and Crematory comes in. They took the burden off my family's shoulders and guided us through everything we needed to do. No pushy sales tactics or unanswered questions. They just held our hands and took care of everything we asked. That's why I will always recommend Drennan & Ford for end-of-life decisions. They handle the hurt like no one else can. Call 360-457-1210.
In other news, City of Port Angeles asking for community feedback on a new bike boulevard project planned for the city's west side. Listed as Project TR0318 in the Capital Facilities Plan, it would connect existing bike routes on 10th Street west of I Street to the 8th Street bridges. Officials say that'll improve safety and connectivity for cyclists and pedestrians. An online survey is open through October 15th to gather input that would guide the project's design before construction begins next year. Planned features include new bike lanes, wayfinding signs, traffic diverters, turn restrictions, flashing pedestrian beacons, and new crosswalks. The nearly $2 million project is fully funded through the State Department of Transportation's Pedestrian and Bicycle Program. We've put a link to the survey on our website at myclallamcounty.com. Just click on this story in the local news section. A state senator wants to stop the increasing attacks on signature gatherers involved in initiatives and referendums. They're getting heated arguments to even physical clashes now. Tracy Ellis has more.
Recently in Tacoma, a woman was arrested for charging a signature gathering table and tearing up petitions.
An intentional activity to disrupt a constitutionally protected right. It's alarming. This type of violence needs to stop.
Senator Jeff Wilson is working on a bill that would make protesting near signature collectors, defacing petitions, and harassment gross misdemeanors, with repeat offenses and malicious interference carrying felony penalties.
The protection would include the reduction of fear, free-for-all assaults, and organized attacks, which is on an alarming rise by groups that disrupt, damage, and now actually steal.
The Longview Republican says the bill is needed to protect this vital part of democracy. In Olympia, I'm Tracy Ellis.
A new law clarifies the role of Washington state's tribes on local boards of health, granting each tribe a seat on their county's board and allowing them to appoint their own representative. Isabel Charlet reports.
The change clarifies a 2020 state law that requires local boards of health to include members who are not elected officials, including tribal representatives. Vicki Lowe is with the American Indian Health Commission, a nonprofit that works with the state to promote wellness in Washington's Native communities. She says the previous language was not clear about who was responsible for appointing tribal representatives to health boards or how many seats were available.
I'm hoping going forward we can get more tribes on these local boards of health, and the local relationship and working together to keep all of our community healthy and safe will happen.
Every county in the state has a local board of health that is tasked with enforcing health laws, controlling infectious diseases, and setting local policies. Of Washington's 29 federally recognized tribes, Lowe says so far about 15 have appointed someone to their local board. I'm Isabel Charlet.
This is Newsradio KONP.
Hey, it's Hannah from Brown's Outdoor. The days are shorter and the fall chill is in the air. Fend off that fall chill with a new insulated jacket from Cotopaxi, Patagonia, or North Face. We also have lots of new flannels and fleece tops to keep you warm. Fall means rain, and Brown's is stocked up with a large selection of new rain jackets and pants from Marmot, Outdoor Research, and North Face. At Brown's, we'll keep you warm and dry from head to toe. Brown's Outdoor, family owned since 1919.
When I was a kid, I always looked forward to harvest time every year for fresh apples and delicious cider. This is Dale from Wilder Auto, and I would like to invite you to come harvest a great selection of end-of-year super specials. The time is right for great savings, and with over 100 lenders, hefty rebates and lease incentives, and some of the best brands on the planet, why would you go anywhere else? For best selection, stop by today or 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
At Olympic Peninsula Title, we wear a lot of different hats. We are investigators, analysts, and the protectors of property rights. We seek a high standard of accuracy. Our commitment to exceptional service strengthens our mission. We reduce risk. We stay on top of current issues affecting property rights. We sweat the small stuff to give our customers the peace of mind they deserve. When it's time to choose a title company to close your transaction, opt for Olympic Peninsula Title.
Here's your Newsradio KONP forecast brought to you by Olympic Game Farm. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times today, with a slight chance for isolated rain showers. Daytime highs approaching 55. Easterly winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy again tonight. Slight chance for isolated showers. Lows dip down to about 44. Cloudy skies expected tomorrow. Chance for isolated rain showers. High temperatures reach up to 56. 56 Friday, with isolated rain showers likely. 53 Saturday. Chance for showers continues. That's a look at your forecast, powered by weatherology.com. I'm meteorologist Derek Height. Right now, it's 51 degrees.
AP Sports, I'm Geffen Coolbaugh. The Yankees overcame a 5-run deficit to stave off elimination in their AL Division Series with a 9-6 Game 3 win over the Blue Jays. Aaron Judge hit a tying 3-run homer in the 4th inning.
What we were bringing was, we knew we were going to go out there and just leave it all on the field.
Cal Raleigh had a 2-run blast for his first postseason homer as the Mariners doubled up the Tigers 8-4 to take a 2-1 ALDS lead. The two-time defending Stanley Cup champion Panthers opened the NHL season with a 3-2 win over the Blackhawks. NFL, the Bengals acquired QB Joe Flacco from the Browns. The league fined Cowboys owner Jerry Jones $250,000 for an obscene gesture toward fans at MetLife Stadium. And the Cardinals fined coach Jonathan Gannon $100,000 after a sideline altercation with Imari DiMercato. Geffen Coolbaugh, AP Sports.
Hey, it's Jason Thompson, and I'm here to tell you, Crab Fest is not just about the crab. Lace up for the Crab Fest 5K. Hungry? Hit the food trucks. Want to shop? Stroll the waterfront vendor market. And the music? It's live all weekend long. It's all happening October 10th through the 12th on the Port Angeles waterfront. Admission's free. Check out the full schedule at crabfestival.org.
It's football season. You'll want those snacks on hand when the hunger strikes. Mount Pleasant IGS is your Seahawks snack headquarters with hot, fresh deli food like Drake's Take and Bake Pizza, egg rolls, corn dogs, and burritos, just to name a few. You'll be able to get through the game and maybe even skip cooking dinner. Grab an ice cold beverage or even something of the adult variety to finish off the quarter. Mount Pleasant IGS, your neighborhood country store since 1959.
The Olympic Peninsula Fungi Festival is back October 18th and 19th at the Clallam County Fairgrounds in Port Angeles. Whether you're a mushroom enthusiast or just curious, there's something for everyone. You're also invited to kick off your fungi-filled weekend with our Friday keynote dinner, October 17th, with an exquisite culinary experience crafted by local chefs and paired with our keynote speaker, Langdon Cook. Don't miss this unique opportunity to celebrate the wonders of mushrooms, featuring lectures, hands-on workshops, guided forays, and more all weekend long. The Olympic Peninsula Fungi Festival is guaranteed to inspire something new. Experience the magic of fungi at the Olympic Peninsula Fungi Festival, October 18th and 19th, with free access at the Clallam County Fairgrounds. Get tickets at opfungifestival.com.
All right, Mariners, big game today. They could wrap up the AL Division Series and move on to the Championship Series with a win at Detroit today. We take the air 11 o'clock this morning. First pitch right after noon here on KONP.
News Radio KONP Business.
Look at Business, brought to you locally by Susie Sanders and Edward Jones.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Gold continues to hover around $4,040 an ounce, the first time the precious metal has reached the $4,000 an ounce mark. Overall, gold has gained 52% this year, putting the traditional safe haven on course for its strongest annual advance since 1979. Despite slightly dropping last week, mortgage rates remain elevated at just over 6.4%. That's according to a Mortgage Bankers Group. Meanwhile, applications for mortgages to buy a home or refinance both fell for a second week. The Mortgage Bankers Association's index of home purchase applications declined 1.2% in the week ending October 3rd. Elon Musk's artificial intelligence startup XAI is raising more financing than initially planned, raising its ongoing funding round to $20 billion. Part of the financing includes chipmaker NVIDIA investing as much as $2 billion in the equity portion of the transaction. There's also an equity and debt portion that will buy NVIDIA processors and then rent them to XAI. Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you and take the time to create a personalized strategy for your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? I'm Susie Sanders, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources used to help you reach your goals. Contact me today, 360-452-3577. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We check the roads next.
No matter what you are trying to keep in or what you're trying to keep out, Leitz Farm Supply and Equipment Sales has fencing to get the job done right. Leitz carries everything from barbed wire and no-climb fencing to field fences and gates with all the equipment you'll need to install. You'll even find fence chargers, electric rope, T-posts, and anything else you might need to get the job done. Leitz Farm Supply and Equipment Sales is your local farm store and so much more. Located at 259110 Highway 101 in Sequim.
McCrory Carpet One is part of a 1,000-store co-op. That means you get the competitive pricing of a big box store, but with a superior installation. Their team of professional installers are all employees who live here on the peninsula. Their installation teams take pride in their work because they know they're working for their neighbors and friends, local craftsmen helping local people. Experience the difference. It's why they say, always priced right and always done right. At McCrory Carpet One.
News Radio KONP. Traffic and roads.
Hey, back at the Clallam Transit Dispatch Center, and that's where Steve's standing by. He's watching the roads on a Wednesday morning for us. Good morning, Steve.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Well, traffic's picked up a bit. If you're in the Port Angeles or Sequim area, you're going to find a few more cars out there making their way across town. Overall, pretty close to the speed limit all the way. A few delays at the lights, but overall, Traffic's moving along pretty smoothly out there. Highway 101 between Port Angeles and Sequim is in good shape as well. It's starting to get busy out there in a few places, especially out of Port Angeles. A little slowdown through our construction area, but other than that, we're doing pretty good. If you're headed beyond that, Hood Canal Bridge, good to go. No scheduled marine openings this morning. State ferries also running on time today. West End traffic, we're in good shape all the way out to the Forks area. Right now, no issues out there. We do have our automated traffic lights here at the top of the truck route with single-lane traffic there through the construction zone, but minimal delays there. And beyond that, should be a nice drive for you all the way out. So everybody enjoy your morning. Be safe out there. This is Steve reporting live from Clallam Transit for KONP.
Hey, thank you, Steve. We're going to see, kind of a mixed bag of things. A little sunshine, then a little rain by later today. Highs in the mid-50s to low 60s. A little more rain rolls in tonight. Lows in the 40s. A cloudy, rainy day on the way for Thursday. Mid-50s to low 60s for your highs on Thursday. Currently across the North Olympic Peninsula right now, down in the East End in Port Townsend. They're checking in with some clouds and a little bit of rain shower activity. It's been 50 degrees there most of the morning. Out west at Forks, broken clouds in 41. Overcast in Sequim where it's 50. And we have some broken clouds and 50 degrees out at Fairchild Airport here in Port Angeles at last check. All right, we're into the Halloween month, right? Okay, which state reports the most ghost sightings? According to the latest survey, Wyoming leads with 37.3 reports per 100,000 residents, making it the most haunted state per capita in America. The top 10 most haunted states, all with the high rates of paranormal encounters. Wyoming at the top, then it's North Dakota, then South Dakota, then Vermont, Maine, Oklahoma, Kentucky, West Virginia, Iowa, and Nebraska. Now, the rankings are based not only on the sheer number of sightings, but also the number of documented haunted places in each of those states. Well, one of America's oldest living people, Winnie Phelps, turns 114 in a few days. Winnie was born October 10th, 1911, in Coryell County, Texas. She was one of the at least 8 siblings. On Christmas Eve in 1935, Winnie married Ralph Phelps, beginning a journey that would last almost 50 years. During their years together, the couple welcomed 8 children into their lives. Now, America's oldest living person, Naomi Whitehead, turned 115 this past Friday. All right, it is 7:55, and we continue on the Peninsula's morning news for this Wednesday, October 8th, with Focus on the Family. It's brought to you by the Wilder Auto Center.
There's no doubt about it, fall has fell. Hey everybody, it's Dale from Wilder Auto, and now is a great time to start thinking about a new or used 4x4 or all-wheel drive car, truck, SUV, or minivan for when our weather turns gnarly. We've got the biggest selection of those vehicles on the peninsula, and with the hefty rebates and amazing lease and finance options, plus the Wilder Advantage, why would you go anywhere else? Stop by and check us out today or 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
A young adult's choices can rattle even the most confident parent. You've invested your life into raising your son or daughter, but now their decisions have you scratching your head. My advice? Well, don't panic yet. I made a few irrational choices myself when I was younger, like back when my wife Jean and I first started dating. It was a whirlwind summer romance, but then September rolled around and she had to get back to Northern California for the start of her college classes. I hated to see her go, and I wasn't crazy about living several hundred miles away from my sweetheart. So what does a love-struck young man do? Well, something rational and grounded in common sense, of course. No, not quite. I quit my job and moved in with my brother Mike, who happened to live about 40 miles from Jean's university. For 2 semesters, while Jean worked on her pre-vet degree, I burned through my savings and lived off whatever income I could cobble together from odd jobs. Looking back, it wasn't exactly a level-headed decision. But hey, I was young and in love. My guess is some of your child's choices probably fall into that category too. So don't panic yet. Give them some time to mature before you assume too much about how poorly their future may go. I went on to make plenty of good choices in life, and more than likely, your son or daughter will too. For more tips to help you thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten. Without Trinity's support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
So, two Brits walk into a rural Georgia fish camp in 1989. Sounds like the start of a joke, right? Well, it is, and it's also the setup for The Foreigner, the award-winning comedy hitting the main stage at the Port Angeles Community Playhouse. Meet Froggy, a soldier with an accent nobody understands, and Charlie, his painfully shy pal who'd rather not talk at all. Foggy convinces the locals that Charlie doesn't speak a word of English, and that little fib snowballs into overheard secrets, dangerous plots, and some of the funniest hijinks you'll ever see on stage. Winner of multiple theatre awards, The Foreigner took the theatre world by charm and remains one of the most crowd-pleasing comedies of the last 45 years. Catch it at PACP Playhouse on Lauridsen Boulevard, Friday and Tuesday nights at 7, with matinees Saturday and Sunday at 2, now through October 12th. The Foreigner. Don't just hear about it, laugh through it.
Since 1945, Newsradio KONP has been your source for news and community. We are Newsradio KONP Port Angeles Squim.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Former FBI Director James Comey appearing in federal court this morning on charges that he lied to Congress. ABC's Catherine Folders is outside the courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia.
James Comey has pleaded not guilty. We know that he was obviously charged with 2 counts. It doesn't appear that Comey spoke. The plea was entered by his attorney, Patrick Fitzgerald. The attorney asked for a jury trial, and they waived the reading of the indictment.
Comey is accused of lying when he stood by earlier testimony that he never authorized anyone at the FBI to share details with the press about investigations into Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton related to the 2016 election. Joan Kennedy, former wife of Senator Ted Kennedy, has died at the age of 89. She struggled with alcoholism and mental health following a troubled marriage marked by scandals and her husband's infidelities. 6 former surgeons general signing an op-ed in the Washington Post today saying they have serious misgivings about Health Secretary Robert Kennedy's policies, including vaccine recommendations. ABC's Rachel Scott.
The 6 surgeons general also highlighting the controversial announcement by Kennedy and President Trump suggesting acetaminophen use by pregnant women can cause autism, despite no concrete evidence. Writing, rather than combating the rapid spread of health misinformation with facts and clarity, Kennedy is amplifying it, saying the consequences of Kennedy's decision will come and that they are measured in lives lost, disease outbreaks, and an erosion of public trust that will take years to rebuild.
The government shutdown drags on, air traffic controllers working without pay, many calling out sick.
The FAA warning of staff shortages at least 8 major locations, threatening delays and cancellations in Las Vegas, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, Boston, Newark, Atlanta, and Nashville.
That's ABC's Will Reeve. You're listening to ABC News.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give hair volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some hair volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at NordicuSA.com or CVS.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A new study reveals a specific type, lobular cancer, has doubled since 1975. Some say it could be hormones. ABC News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Tara Narula telling Good Morning America.
And so the fact that women are getting their periods earlier, having menopause later, having kids later, less kids, and even hormone replacement therapy, all of this chronic, long-term, longer exposure to hormones may be fueling some of these lobular cancers.
Negotiators in Egypt are sitting down for another day of talks on ending the war in Gaza. There are signs that things are progressing, but sticking points about who would take over Gaza's security after the war still remain.
The main issues on the table are many topics that are included in Trump's 20-point plan, including the idea of an international stabilization force for Gaza, the transitional governance of Gaza, humanitarian aid and reconstruction, the disarmament of Hamas, and support for the Palestinian Authority and Palestinian security forces.
That's ABC's Maggie Ruley at the Foreign Desk. Those hundreds of hikers who got stranded on Mount Everest amid a freak blizzard have been rescued. One of the Sherpas who helped get them down says they had more experience. They likely wouldn't have got caught up there. Hundreds of hikers, guides, yak herders, cooks, and others were all trapped, but have now made it down. Checking the markets, the Dow is up 114 points, S&P up 25. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
This is the Peninsula's Morning News.
Todd Ortloff from the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Wednesday, October 8th. Clallam County Commissioners set to vote on a resolution authorizing $1 million in affordable housing funds to support an apartment redevelopment project in Sequim. The proposal would direct money from the county's Affordable Housing Sales and Use Tax Fund. It would go to Serenity House of Clallam County for reconstruction of the Sunbelt Apartments on 5th Avenue. Sharon Maggard is Executive Director at Serenity House.
It's a two-story unit that has 36 apartment units in it, and it would be permanent supportive housing. And permanent supportive housing is 30% AMI with disabilities and chronically homeless. The building can be built on the site with the existing apartment units operational, so they will continue to be operational until the construction is completed, and then those residents would move over into the new apartment.
The old apartments, built back in 1947, the $1 million grant would be included in next year's county budget using funds from the Affordable Housing Sales and Use Tax 1590 program. That's created to support permanent supportive housing projects across the county. Washington's minimum wage will increase to $17.13 per hour next year, a 2.8% bump driven by inflation. The Department of Labor and Industry has announced the rise on Tuesday. The current $16.66 rate is already the highest in the country. Several Washington cities, including Seattle, Bellingham, and Tukwila, already enforce higher local minimum wages. The state is also raising the salary threshold for overtime exempt workers. By next year, salaried employees must earn at least $80,000 annually. That's 2.25 times the minimum wage to qualify for an exemption on overtime. That threshold goes up to $93,000 by 2028. States with high error rates in their food stamp programs, including Washington State, could lose hundreds of millions of dollars in federal support under a new law aimed at cutting waste. Washington state officials are now working to improve the state's performance in the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, to avoid the steep financial penalties. A law passed in July set to reduce nutrition program spending by $186 billion over a decade. Beginning in 2027, states with error rates over 6% must start covering between 5 and 15% of benefits typically funded by the federal government. For Washington, that could mean up to $300 million annually. Now, Washington's error rate last year was just over 6%, the penalty threshold. Most mistakes, officials say, were overpayments. To prevent it, the Department of Social and Health Services now asking for $2 million to hire staff and build a data team focused on accuracy. Governor Bob Ferguson will consider the request in his supplemental budget proposal that's due out in December. More news after this.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax downtown? Come visit Foghorn Tasting Room in Port Angeles, where good food and good company come together by the harbor. Enjoy the wide selection of specialty olive oils and balsamic vinegars. Then sit back and savor fresh flavors at your table. Create your own charcuterie board with meats, cheeses, and more. Pair it with a flight or a glass of wine, a local craft beer, or one of their amazing, refreshing, non-alcoholic options. Foghorn Tasting Room is your cozy harbor getaway.
Sometimes the more things change, the more things stay the same. Cars and trucks certainly have changed, but it's really good to know that A1 Auto Parts in Sequim has the same great service and expert advice as always. Whether it's advanced technology of the newest model or a classic with hard-to-find parts, the A1 team is your go-to for expert advice and tracking the right equipment. A1 Auto Parts and Marine across from Sunshine Cafe in downtown Sequim.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Moving Day, a walk for Parkinson's, is happening around the country. Together we can unite in the fight against Parkinson's disease in a safe but exciting and fun way. So let's get moving. Join the Parkinson's Foundation to learn more and register at movingdaywalk.org.
In other news, City of Port Angeles asking for community feedback on a new bike boulevard project planned for the city's west side. Listed as Project TR0318 in the Capital Facilities Plan, it would connect existing bike routes on 10th Street west of I Street to the 8th Street bridges. Officials say that'll improve safety and connectivity for cyclists and pedestrians. An online survey is open through October 15th to gather input that would guide the project's design before construction begins next year. Planned features include new bike lanes, wayfinding signs, traffic diverters, turn restrictions, flashing pedestrian beacons, and new crosswalks. The nearly $2 million project is fully funded through the State Department of Transportation's Pedestrian and Bicycle Program. We've put a link to the survey on our website at myclallamcounty.com. Just click on this story in the local news section. A state senator wants to stop the increasing attacks on signature gatherers involved in initiatives and referendums. They're getting heated arguments to even physical clashes now. Tracy Ellis has more.
Recently in Tacoma, a woman was arrested for charging a signature gathering table and tearing up petitions.
An intentional activity to disrupt a constitutionally protected right. It's alarming. This type of violence needs to stop.
Senator Jeff Wilson is working on a bill that would make protesting near signature collectors, defacing petitions, and harassment gross misdemeanors, with repeat offenses and malicious interference carrying felony penalties.
The protection would include the reduction of fear, free-for-all assaults, and organized attacks, which is on an alarming rise by groups that disrupt, damage, and now actually steal.
The Longview Republican says the bill is needed to protect this vital part of democracy. In Olympia, I'm Tracy Ellis.
A new law clarifies the role of Washington state's tribes on local boards of health, granting each tribe a seat on their county's board and allowing them to appoint their own representative. Isabel Charlet reports.
The change clarifies a 2020 state law that requires local boards of health to include members who are not elected officials, including tribal representatives. Vicki Lowe is with the American Indian Health Commission, a nonprofit that works with the state to promote wellness in Washington's Native communities. She says the previous language was not clear about who was responsible for appointing tribal representatives to health boards or how many seats were available.
I'm hoping going forward we can get more tribes on these local boards of health and the local relationship and working together to keep all of our community healthy and safe will happen.
Every county in the state has a local board of health that is tasked with enforcing health laws, controlling infectious diseases, and setting local policies. Of Washington's 29 federally recognized tribes, Lowe says so far about 15 have appointed someone to their local board. I'm Isabel Charlet.
This is Newsradio KONP.
Attention all moms-to-be. North Olympic Healthcare Network's board-certified physicians specializing in family medicine with obstetrics are here to guide and support you on your pregnancy journey. We provide personalized, compassionate care focused on building a long-lasting relationship before, during, and after pregnancy. From pre-pregnancy planning to childbirth to primary care for your whole family, we're with you for the journey. To learn more, visit nohn-pa.org/obstetrics.
Hi, this is John Holm, President of Tri-State Roofing, your local and family-owned company covering the entire Olympic Peninsula area. The difference with Tri-State Roofing is we separate ourselves with the quality of products we offer, customer service, including an A+ rating with the BBB, solid safety plans, and the best labor guarantees around. Call 360-208-2222.
Tri-State Roofing, we got you covered.
In 1983, Tom and Ida McEwen opened All Weather Heating and Cooling. Their vision for a family-owned and operated business with personalized customer service made them the #1 choice for all your heating and cooling needs. By 2014, it was time to pass down the business, and daughter Janae and her business partner Dustin Halverson purchased All Weather. In preserving Tom and Ida's vision, customer service is still their #1 priority. All Weather Heating and Cooling, because everyone calls us.
Here's your Newsradio KONP forecast, brought to you by All Weather Heating and Cooling. Slight chance for isolated rain showers today, otherwise partly cloudy skies. High temperatures reach up to 55, winds out of the northeast, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, slight chance for isolated showers, 44. Chance for isolated showers tomorrow, high of 56. Mid-50s Friday, with isolated rain showers likely. Cooler Saturday, with highs in the low 50s. Chance for showers continues. That's a look at your forecast, powered by weatherology.com. I'm meteorologist Derek Height. Currently, it's 45 degrees.
Judging by Game 3, it may be a different series now. Good morning, I'm Jay Reynolds. Yankees stave off elimination with a win at home in Game 3 last night. They do it rallying from a 6-1 deficit.
Judge swings and sends one down the line in left. That is off the pole. A 3-run home run to tie the game.
First home run this season for Judge on a pitch outside the strike zone. Carl Ravitch called it on ESPN Radio. New York trailed 6-1 in the fourth inning, scored 8 unanswered runs. They win at 9-6. Toronto still leads the best-of-5 series, 2-1 Game 4 today. All 4 series continue today. Dodgers and Brewers going for sweeps. Mariners will try and close out the Tigers in Game 4. Seattle taking Game 3 last night, 8-4. Mariners hitting 3 homers, including a 2-run shot in the ninth from Cal Raleigh. Manager Dan Wilson.
Yes, we hit a couple homers, which is great. You know, Gino getting on the board there with a homer. Cal the opposite way. You know, JP's homer was big to get the run back after we'd given him up. But we also scored, conventionally, quote conventionally, and
Seattle with a 2-1 series lead as a result. NFL Bengals have struggled since losing Joe Burrow to a toe injury in Week 2. Yesterday, they pick up Joe Flacco in a trade with Cleveland. Cardinals are fining manager Jonathan Gannon $100,000 for his sideline reaction to Amari DeMarco's dropping the ball before he crossed the goal line in the loss to the Titans last weekend. Opening night of the NHL, 2-time defending champion Panthers, a 3-2 win over the Blackhawks. Penguins shut out the Rangers 3-0 in New York. Avs win 4-1 in L.A. Nathan McKinnon with a pair of assists. He passes Joe Sakic for the most in Avs team history. Despite questions being raised, state police in Louisiana say all the evidence indicates the actions of former LSU player Kyron Lacey did trigger the chain of events, which led to a fatal crash last December. Colorado coach Deion Sanders hoping to be on the sideline this weekend despite a procedure yesterday to address more blood clots.
In local sports, Halloween may still be 25 days away, but the Port Angeles Rough Riders once again dipped into their bag of goodies, the M&M connection, as they sent the North Mason Bulldogs to the vet's office with a 6-0 shutout. Emma Desjardins recorded a hat trick, giving her 14 goals on the season, while her sidekick, Mariah Traban, tallied her 6th goal. It took the Rough Riders just 15 minutes to jump out to a 2-goal lead. Desjardins opened the scoring in the 3rd minute on an assist from Becca Manson. In the 15th, Traban made it 2-0 off a setup from Piper Alton, who was busy racking up 3 assists on the night. In the 31st minute, Stella Fradkin notched her first goal of the year on an assist from Tiana Clark. Just before the half, at the 44th minute, Manson scored her 3rd of the season with a perfect header from Alton for a 4-0 advantage. Desjardins added 2 more, a header in the 49th minute and another in the 51st to complete the hat trick and close out the scoring at 6-0. Goalkeeper Kennedy Rongland made 1 save before Persephone Perry came on for the final 20 minutes, adding 2 more saves. The Rough Riders, now 6-2 in league, travel to first place Bainbridge Thursday night. Meanwhile, the Sequim Wolves dropped another heartbreaker, falling 2-1 at Kingston. Wolves keeper Lillian Anderson made a terrific save on a penalty kick in the 18th minute. Down 1-0, Sequim equalized when Harper Moore scored off a corner kick from Ramey Brewer. The Buccaneers answered in the 4th minute of the second half to seal the 2-1 win. Sequim, now 3-5 in league, travels to North Mason on Thursday. In boys tennis, the Rough Riders defeated Olympics 6-1. Winners in singles, Grant Butterworth, Owen Leitz, Teague Carlson. In doubles, Alec Ross, Abe Brinkman, Brent Manson, Gagan Serra, and Jacob Oberle and Kyler Fowler all won. Liam Miller and Jensen Wolf lost their match in doubles. PA hosts North Kitsap today at 3:30. Sequim visits Olympic at 4. In volleyball tonight, Port Angeles hosts North Kitsap at 6:30. And in swimming, the Port Angeles Rough Riders face Kingston at North Kitsap at 4 o'clock, while Sequim hosts North Kitsap at 3:30. Seattle Mariners look to clinch the American League Division Series this afternoon here on KONP. We'll take the air actually at 11 o'clock this morning. First pitch just after noon as the Tigers and the Mariners go at it.
Price Ford has red, white, and blue Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs ready to roll during the Ford for America sales event. Give 0% APR, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days. If that's not enough, receive a 2-year complimentary maintenance plan on select Ford models. Come see Price Ford and take advantage of the 0% finance, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days during the Ford for America sales event. Price Ford, next to Walmart, always right on the price.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Newsradio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Day 8 of the federal government shutdown, and there are big delays and problems at airports in Boston, Chicago O'Hare, Dallas Fort Worth, Hollywood Burbank, Philadelphia, Nashville, and other cities, all due to shortages of air traffic controllers and other airport staffers who right now are working without pay. After yesterday's pullback, investors on Wall Street today buying into that dip, and we're seeing gains once again. Right now, the Dow is up 0.25%, the Nasdaq 0.2% higher, the S&P up almost 0.5%, and gold now at $4,068 an ounce. That's a new all-time high. Elon Musk's artificial intelligence startup, XAI, raising more money than originally planned, tapping another $20 billion from investors, including NVIDIA, the AI chipmaker. And the German auto giant BMW is lowering its financial outlook for the year because of weak sales last quarter in China and because of the added cost of the Trump tariffs on imports into the U.S. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Let's get one last check of the roads next.
Save big right now at Angelus Furniture. And when I say big, I mean truckload big. The Serta Truckload Sale is going on now. Check out a Serta Perfect Sleeper Blue Lagoon Firm Queen for only $679. Upgrade to a Serta iComfort Aspire Medium Queen for only $19.99. And take it a step further with a new adjustable bed base. A queen size starts at only $599. And right now, get 0% financing for 12 months OAC. See the Serta experts today, only at Angelus Furniture.
Nor wind, nor rain, nor sleet, nor any other weather event is too much to handle for Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment sales. Not only are we the largest feed supplier on the Olympic Peninsula, we carry mowers and blowers, shovels and tractors in all shapes and sizes, and have the largest selection of trailers around. For big or small jobs, Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment sales has the right tool at the right price. Come on in. We'd love to work with you. Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales, 259-110, Highway 101 in Sequim.
KONP Business.
Hang on, that's not business. Let's get the right one.
News Radio KONP. Traffic and roads.
I can't go to Steve without the right intro, so now we go up to that's right. Let's head up.
Help you with business, that's for sure.
Well, no, you can do what you want. Anyway, Steve, how's it going on the roads out there?
Oh, we're doing good. If you're in the Port Angeles or Sequim area, you should be doing just fine. Traffic is moving along pretty smoothly out there. Still light traffic, starting to get a little bit more steady, but pretty easy going if you're trying to make your way around. If you're on the highway between Port Angeles and Sequim, we're in good shape as well. starting to get a little bit busy out there, but it is moving along at the speed limit. A little slowdowns through our construction area at 25 miles an hour, so just be careful through there. Beyond that, we're good with the Hood Canal Bridge. No scheduled marine openings. The State Ferry is also running on time today. West End traffic, we're in good shape all the way out to the Forks area. Should be a good drive for you. Just the one construction area currently at 101 and the truck route right along in there with the automated stoplights and single lane traffic. But other than that, we're doing just fine. So everybody enjoy your morning. Be safe out there. This is Steve reporting live from Clallam Transit for KONP.
All right, thank you, Steve. Going to be mostly sunny to start the day today, then some rain rolls in by this evening. Going to be mid-50s to low 60s for your highs. Partly cloudy and rain through the evening tonight, then rain into the morning tomorrow with lows overnight in the 40s. Tomorrow cloudy and rainy through the day and mid-50s to lower 60s in the forecast. Right now, current conditions, the east end of the peninsula. Port Townsend's got some overcast conditions. It's 50. Out west at Forks, scattered clouds and 41. Mostly cloudy in Sequim where it's 50. And we've got some overcast conditions breaking up just a little bit here in Port Angeles. And it's also 50 degrees at last check. Well, concern and prayer is pouring in for country legend Dolly Parton. That after her sister shared an emotional post about her health. Here's more from ABC's Morgan Norwood.
Growing concern for iconic singer Dolly Parton after her sister posted on social media asking for prayers amid the star's recent health issues. In a post Tuesday, Parton's sister Frida writing, "I was up all night praying for my sister Dolly. Many of you know she hasn't been feeling her best lately," and asking her fans to be prayer warriors and pray with me.
Now, that spike in concern had led to Dolly's management to go online earlier today and say, no, Dolly's going to be fine. She's just been feeling a bit under the weather. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Joe Burrow, and now Cam Jordan. ABC's Jim Ryan says they and several other pro athletes have all been targeted by game day burglars in just this past year.
At least a dozen pro athletes have returned to their homes recently to discover a break-in.
Mainly away games, but in this case it was a home game.
Sheriff Joseph Lapinto says defensive end Cam Jordan and his New Orleans Saints were playing just a few miles away when Jordan's home was ransacked September 14th. Lapinto says neighborhood security footage has led to the arrest of 2 suspects in Georgia, with 2 more still sought. Lapinto won't say what was taken from Jordan's home.
If he wants to tell you what was stolen, he can tell you.
But that most of the stolen items have been returned. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
A missing cat who made a home at a Virginia Lowe's store. Well, that cat back after going on a little joyride. ABC's Michelle Franzen with more.
Francine the cat has been a fixture at the Lowe's store in Richmond for more than 8 years, known and loved by employees and customers. But in September, when Francine disappeared, the store camera showed she got spooked and hitched a ride on a truck that ended up at a sister distribution site 85 miles away. That set off a search, with animal control setting up humane traps and posting photos of Francine that went viral on social media. Staffers got the call about 2 weeks later, and Francine was found and is back in the store. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
You submit an idea to a company with the understanding that if they use the idea, they will pay you. Just what does use mean? We'll find out in the case of the sorrowful soap. I'm Curtis Howard with today's Point of Law.
Point of Law, presented by McCrory Carpet One.
Mary Whitelaw was an executive by inheritance. Her grandfather had started a soap company in 1876. It had done quite well, but recently sales were beginning to fall off. One day, Joe Morgan, a retired soap executive, met with Mary and suggested a way to update the image of her product and dramatically increase sales. He suggested a new soap under a different label and designed just for women. Joe revealed his idea in confidence, and with the understanding that if Mary used it, she would pay him a reasonable amount. Mary listened politely, but said the company had no interest in changing directions in such a way. In the weeks that followed, Mary found herself reflecting on Joe's idea. She mentioned it to her advertising manager, who thought it was a good idea, and suggested they test market the product in Chicago. One day, Mary received a call from Joe Mason demanding payment for his idea, and she refused to pay the price he asked, so he sued. Mason's attorney said that he submitted his idea in confidence on the understanding that Mary would not use it without his consent. She did, and that constituted both a breach of contract and a breach of confidence. Mary's attorney argued that there was no breach here since there was no way of telling if the product worked if they didn't test market it first. He said the marketing department was still evaluating the results, and that when and if the product was deemed successful, payments would be made. Mason's claim, he said, was premature, and the case should be dismissed. What did the court decide about the slippery soap business? We'll find out in a moment.
McCrory Carpet One is part of a 1,000-store co-op. That means you get the competitive pricing of a big box store, but with a superior installation. Their team of professional installers are all employees who live here on the peninsula. Their installation teams take pride in their work because they know they're working for their neighbors and friends, local craftsmen helping local people. Experience the difference. It's why they say, always priced right and always done right at McCrory Carpet One.
You submit your idea to a company on the understanding that if they use it, they will pay you. Does a limited test market constitute use? Yes, said a California court. The law protects trade secrets not as physical property, but on the basis of the abuse of that confidence in attempting to learn the secret, and the abuse is just as great even in a limited test market. Mason was entitled to the reasonable value of his idea. It's a point of law.
When it comes to caring for a loved one, peace of mind matters most. At Olympic Peninsula Home Care, we're licensed by the Washington State Department of Health, which means every caregiver is background checked, trained, insured, and supervised. Unlike unlicensed providers, we carry liability insurance and workers' comp, so you're protected if the unexpected happens. Olympic Peninsula Home Care. Trust, safety, and dignity at home. Find us at olipenhomecare.com.
It's time for Your Port of PA Today. A look inside the port and share what's in it for you.
I'm Port Commissioner Connie Bove. The Port of Port Angeles is excited to bring you a look inside your port, the wide-ranging companies operating in our facilities, and share exciting upcoming projects designed to develop and upgrade infrastructure to attract even more business and jobs to our area. Did you know over 50 companies are on port property, totaling over 1,000 jobs? The Port of PA stretches well beyond the Port Angeles Harbor. The port owns and operates 2 airports, William R. Fairchild International and the CQ Airport, providing convenient and essential access to some of the more remote areas of the peninsula. We'll continue to bring you insights from the Port of PA on future segments. Email hello@portofpa.com or keep up to date on Facebook.
This has been Your Port of PA Today. Explore portofpa.com.
Hi, this is Mike from American Rare Coin and Gold in Sequim. Do you have a house project needs doing but lacking the funds? Now is a great time to sell gold, silver, or rare coins. Prices are at an all-time high. We love to buy coin collections, gold and silver jewelry and bullion. We even help with entire estates. You could be sitting on a literal gold mine. Come see me, Mike, at American Rare Coin and Gold in Sequim. Call 360-968-4943.
So today is National Fluffernutter Day.
I'll bring a fluffernutter.
Okay, give me all your fluffernutters.
Fluffernutters?
Fluffernutter.
That sounds nasty.
What is it? Marshmallow cream and peanut butter sandwich.
Is it contagious?
No, they're delicious.
It's delicious.
It's delicious! As long as I got a cup of coffee, I'll try anything once.
Let's start the show.
Oh, give me a fluffernutter. That actually sounds kind of good today. Yeah. National Fluffernutter Day. What an appropriate... I just like that word.
It's one of my favorites.
It's a great word for the morning scramble. Jim Hagwood joining us. Hi, Jim.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me back.
Slide in. Well,
yeah.
You know, we leave
Pinch
the door
hitter.
locked once in a while, and you come on in.
Yeah, coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah. We can talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, right.
And Amanda Bacon here in her normal Wednesday stead.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right.
Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Jim.
I think we all like them in this room. Did everybody?
I've never actually had a fluffernutter. I would like to try it because it is, again, one of the best words ever. And it sounds interesting. It's peanut butter and marshmallow for people who don't know.
Yeah. You couldn't go wrong with that, I don't
I'm not sure I've ever had one.
We should make a... Oh, I should go to the store and get some supplies, and I should make fluffernutters for the crew today. I'll bring you one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you have to cook them up or anything. They're
No.
just, you make them like your own little sandwich, right? Your little.
I wonder what the best bread is for fluffernutters.
I'm sure some expert out there might text us. Text us at
Text us.
360-457-1450 if you can tell us what the best layer to use for your fluffernutter. Whether it be bread or whatever.
Also, is there like a 50-20 ratio to peanut butter and fluffer? I don't know.
Well,
Probably 50-50.
I would say 50-50. It's got to have half fluffer.
Now, would you put peanut butter on one piece of bread and marshmallow on the other, or just stack it on top of each other? You put. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, what do you do? How do you make it?
Yeah. Again,
what's the proper way of making a fluffernutter?
Text it to us.
These are the things that keep me up at night, folks.
All right. Also,
you need to get some sleep, Amanda.
Yeah. You can eat your fluffernutter and do the next thing that is today's day, because you've brought in a prop.
I have.
Yes.
It's National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day.
Oh, no.
Or school, but work.
That is a old, well-loved teddy bear.
That's right.
This little guy has gotten me through some serious hard times. His hair's matted from tears and sadness, maybe a little drool.
Yeah.
He's very loved.
That one has been used.
What's that teddy's name?
I have not named this teddy.
So you've had this since you were just a little thing.
No, actually, this came to me in my 20s.
Wow.
A lot of stuff has gone down.
I was going to say that looks like it's twice that age.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
That teddy bear has been working hard.
Those who are online on the YouTube channel, you can see the. Although it doesn't show up really well on there, like you can't really see the matting.
Look how cute he is. What's funny is I pulled him out today. Well, he sits on my guest bed. So welcome. Anyway, I picked him up to take him to my purse so I wouldn't forget him, and I instinctively just clung to him and brought him. I was just like, oh, he's the perfect
I remember
size.
this. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Fond memories.
He's the perfect size for a snuggle.
Yeah. There you go.
Any other national days?
So
you're supposed to bring your teddy bear to work.
Yeah,
that's the plan. You put the word out around here, and only I don't think anybody. You're
bunch of losers.
You're it. We've all
a bunch of fuddy-duddy fluffernutters.
Mine got. I had lots. I never had a teddy bear, by the way. I only had. I had other stuffed animals.
Yeah.
But you, Jim, do you have a teddy bear?
Nope, never did.
Yeah, I had a few other little ones. I've said this story before, is that I also named them unique things like Dog, and I had two dogs. So I had Dog, and Pup. Right? That was
you
had two because you had
creative.
Cat.
Yeah.
I think you just had a stutter.
My most comforting thing was a little blanket I had.
Yes.
It had these little silk corners.
I'm with you on that.
I stemmed on them.
Yep.
Yes.
And I named that TT. I have no idea why it was named that.
You have a stutter.
I asked my mother. She's laughing right now.
Oh,
she's going, I remember all of that. It was a blue blanket. I had
my son Todd.
Yeah. TT for Todd's
towel.
I don't know.
I had a blankie too, and it had little tassels on it, and it was pink. It was white with pink flowers on it. I loved that thing. I still have a piece of it.
My mom tried to replace my and there was
don't do that.
Thank
wash it.
God she kept it, because it was getting worn, right? And she was I get it. It's like you need a new blanket. No, that was not going to fly.
I would come home and my mom had washed mine occasionally, and I'm like, "What are you doing? I've worked hard to get that to that stank status.
Where you can't even wash it out."
No. This is mine.
So Jim, you had something similar, probably. I mean, I think every kid has some
that little silk fringe.
Item.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it's also National Take Your Parents to Lunch Day.
Oh.
So if Mom wants to drive in today, I'll take her to lunch.
Now, there's a big difference. Your parents are not out to lunch. No. You're going to take them to lunch.
And bring them back. Don't just take them out and leave them. Okay. It's also National Hero Day. So to all of our heroes out there, it's not even just first responders, although I think that's typically what we think of when we think of heroes. But let's think of everyone in our lives and in our community who go above and beyond the call of duty to help out their fellow man, their fellow woman, their fellow everyone.
And protect all of us.
Exactly. And Todd, I'm going to say right now, is KONP's hero, because Todd goes above and beyond and does more stuff than anyone could possibly ever imagine around here to keep things running smoothly.
Keeps
so
the
Todd,
machine running.
We honor you on this Hero Day.
I slip you the 20 here a little bit after we get
Thank
off the
you.
air. Yeah, thank you for that. That and I guess $6 gets you a cup of coffee now.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Anyway,
$6.
Let's do it.
All right. What are the chances you'd wear a Dump 61 here jersey for the opposing
Unbelievable story.
in Detroit, and a player's 61st home run ball would actually bounce right to you. If you watched the game last night, it was unbelievable. Here's what happened. A Mariners fan was at Comerica Park last night as the M's took on the Tigers, and the big dumper... Yep,
hit
Cal
one right
Raleigh
to him.
was up there, and he was batting for his 61st home run this year. Cal Raleigh hit his, and it, by the way, was the first home run for him in the playoffs.
Yes, it was.
He hasn't hit a home run for a while, actually. And, well, just listen. Here's what happened.
Well struck ball, deep left field, and gone.
Oh, great pick right there.
He literally has a shirt that says "Dump Here."
Oh, my word.
And he got the home run on a bounce.
Yeah,
on the bounce.
On the bounce.
Incredible
it came,
story.
Right to him.
Yep.
The best part of the story is he then removed that shirt, and he had the same shirt with 62 on it.
The optimism. The optimism.
What are the chances you're at exactly
Slim
the
to
spot?
none. Unbelievable.
And
story.
Cal, after the game, they did a whole thing. He actually gave him a bat, and Cal gave him all sorts of stuff because of that was great, and said, "I have no idea who this guy is."
Yeah.
There was nothing planned. It wasn't like I knew he was going to be out there and was going to try to hit it to left field. You know, it was an opposite field. A home run, so it was not like he yanked one down the left field line because the guy was sitting there in the corner or whatever.
You can't write this stuff up.
So cool.
Cal met the fan, took a pic with him. It's getting out online, and they're both
saw
smiling.
it this morning.
Gave him an autographed bat. Of course, Seattle won 8-4. They lead the series 2-1.
2-1.
They can wrap it up today. 11 o'clock, we're on the air here on KONP. I know a lot of people
Mariners.
are trying to get a doctor's note to go home from work today so they can watch it. But we will have it on the air, so you can keep your radio close by and listen to it.
Even after the rain delay, they came out and played very
3
well.
Hours.
Yep.
They're not. When they started the rain delay talk, it was a half hour. Yeah. And I am going, it's like it just goes on and on and on. And so us Northwesterners are looking at the rain, quote unquote, that's happening there. And it was just like this misty thing. And it's like,
that's not rain.
Get out there and play.
That's not rain.
I don't know.
But can you imagine? I mean, this is professional ball players, right? You're in the playoffs. You're excited to play.
Yeah.
And you got to sit there in the clubhouse for 3 hours.
You're the starting pitcher. You know, what if you're... it didn't seem to... Walter was well in control last night, by the way, with Walter's the alter ego of Logan.
Yes.
Yeah. It didn't seem to bother him too much.
Didn't bother him.
I think the bigger problem is they knew there was going to be a rain delay, so they kind of shut everybody down as far as their warm-up and all of that went. Because the problem is what happens, they get all warmed up, ready to go, and then they call the game. And then what? But
3 hours sitting in the clubhouse.
I think it may have
just
affected Detroit
rain.
more than the Mariners. I think the Mariners are there on.
Well, if they bring the bats out again today, and we'll be in the championship series.
Now, all of the stats show that the Mariners should be dominating this series, essentially, because Detroit, a good team, but they got a couple of good bats, but they've got about the top three guys in their order, and then they kind of fall off.
Much.
And they really only have one really great starting pitcher, and their bullpen is not very good.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you didn't. you weren't going to say that.
Yeah.
You weren't going to say that.
I'm flabbergasted to find out we're playing with real bulls these days. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that what's in the bullpen?
No, the relief pitchers are in the bullpen.
That's right.
Okay.
Jeez. Just go about your
what color were their costumes last night?
Well,
hey, I just want to real quick.
Yeah,
last night, you guys got to listen to the Mariners game, but Kevin and I were in Squim at the Business Expo that the Squim Chamber of Commerce puts on each year. And it was so fun to see so many different faces. I swear sometimes I only see once a year at the Business Expo. But it was a great time to walk around. The theme was Under the Sun, or Fun in the Sun. And so a lot of people had decorated, sun and beach and all that kind of stuff. And it was a really nice time. And so I want to commend Beth Pratt and all of her amazing crew.
Good job.
For putting on a very fun event. And I was 3 ticket numbers away from winning the jackpot last night.
What was the jackpot?
I don't even remember. I was so excited. It was a 50-50 drawing, and they started calling the numbers. I had one. I had the last number I needed, and when they didn't call it, I audibly went, "Oh!"
It's a good thing I'm sliding you that 20 for the compliment.
Thank you. Yeah.
For that.
But it was a lovely event. So anyway, I just want to say thank you to that. Yeah. And thanks, Kevin, for being my cohort last night. Oh, and Brown made a cameo.
Yeah.
'Twas nice to see him.
Yeah. Boy, everybody's worried about Dolly Parton. After yesterday, her sister, Frida, got the fans all on edge, revealing that she was, quote, up all night praying for my sister, Dolly. Mm-hmm. I did a little story here earlier but before we went into this, but she went on to say, quote, many of you know she hasn't been feeling her best lately. I truly believe in the power of prayer, and I have been led to ask all of the world that loves her to be prayer warriors and pray with me.
Which is everyone.
Yeah, and these are the types of things you say when somebody's in dire need of some sort of healing and uplifting, right? Not just sniffles, something like that. She went on to say she's strong, she's loved, and with all the prayers being lifted for her, I know in my heart she's going to be just fine. Godspeed, my sister Dolly. We all love you. So, of course, fans flooding the comments with their prayers and well wishes for Dolly because everybody loves Dolly Parton, right?
She's a saint.
Now, this comes a little over a week from when Dolly postponed her Las Vegas residency because she was dealing with, all she would say, health challenges. Mm-hmm. Now, she's getting up there in age. Yeah. I mean, so, I get it. Everyone's hoping she gets the rest she needs, comes back stronger than ever. Now, the problem is, Sister released the floodgates on this thing that Dolly's management had to come out this morning and say, whoa, keep praying, but just, we appreciate it, but she's going to be fine. She's just not feeling really well and doesn't want to do some shows till she's back to 100%. Yeah. Not like she's in the ICU.
Nothing terminal.
I didn't get the rest of it, but yeah.
She has kidney stones.
Oh, there you go.
Painful and awful.
Oh. That's a tough thing to have. And
never had those. Don't want those.
No.
So she's probably, I would love to hear this.
She got out a little bit over her skis, didn't she?
Dolly called her sister Frida.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Will you just knock it off?
Yeah. I love you and everything, Frida, but
stop all this hooting and hollering.
You're getting everybody all upset about me. Anyway, Dolly's going to be fine.
Okay, good.
Having had kidney stones a couple times, I understand. It's a tough. Yeah.
I literally begged for my mom to end my life when I had them. I was screaming.
I have not had them, but
please don't.
No.
Yes. Yeah, they're not good. Yeah, I had the joy of getting them. In fact, I remember when I went in the very first time. I've had them twice. The second time, not nearly as bad because I knew what they were. The first time, I'm thinking, oh my gosh,
this is it.
I'm it. Yep. I'm coming. It's like the old red fox. Oh my God, And I ended up having to go to the ER. They were so bad, and they did all of the X-rays and everything on me. And I remember Dr. Churchley was the ER doc at that point. And he came in and he said, "I've never seen anything like this before." And it wasn't that I had these.
You don't want to have a doctor say that to you.
No.
That's not good.
He said, "But I've never seen a chain of kidney stones. There's probably 20 of them all waiting in a row to come right down through the the little tube that causes all the pain."
Yeah.
So. Good news is they're going to come out. Bad news is you're going to be dealing with this for a while. And I was 3 days, basically.
You're an overachiever, Todd.
I was an overachiever. It was nuts. It was crazy. It was actually on it was on Memorial Day weekend. Yes, it was on Memorial Day weekend. So I went in on the Sunday of Memorial Day. So I ended up Memorial Day was a day off anyway, so that didn't affect things. I think we only affected operations here at the station.
Yeah, I only had to fill in a couple days.
1 day. That's all you can be missed,
anyway,
Todd.
Enough about Todd's health scares. And gosh, I'm going to pray extra for Dolly because I know what she's going
Prayers for Carl Gay today. Carl, I've been doing some work with Carl lately. He's having some surgery today. So, Carl.
He is a huge fan of the Morning Scramble and always said, and I've known him for years and years and years, and he's a fellow Coug as well.
Yes.
So I have to always say, go Cougs.
But he's having some major surgery today.
So, all right.
Take care, Carl.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and got more on the Morning Scramble right after this.
Okay.
Growing your family is an exciting journey, and the labor and delivery team at Olympic Medical Center is here to walk it with you. Our team tailors your birthing experience with you, offering the choice and security you're looking for from the comfort of OMC's Birth Center. Learn more about OMC's team of obstetricians, nurse midwives, RNs, lactation consultants, and more at olympicmedical.org/Stork Squad.
Bathfitter is celebrating 42,000 installations in Western Washington by offering you monthly payments as low as $125 a month. Hooray! Custom fit tub and shower solutions are installed in as little as 1 day, and every installation is backed by a lifetime warranty. Choose Bathfitter Northwest because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors. Visit bathfitternw.com to schedule a free consultation. This offer won't last long.
Morning Scramble is brought to you by Swain's General Store and just dropped. I like to say that. It just dropped. Just out the big fall work and play sale. It runs through the 21st of October, and you can save big on a lot of stuff, like from Hickory Shirts Company. All their men's flannel shirts are $6 off. That's a great savings on those. Get those for staying warm and if you're out doing some work in the fall. All men's work jeans by Key. $6 off. Get them for $31.87 a pair.
That's a good price.
That's a great price. And of course, you got to take care of your feet. And from Georgia Boot, all their lace-up work boots are $25 off.
Holy noodle.
Yeah. So of course, various prices on those.
I may have to go down and look at those. I need some. I think I wore my boots out.
Yeah. Well, get them now. And they've got all sorts of other great savings we'll be telling you about over the coming week or so. But also spring color flower bulbs. They still have a good selection of those, and you can pick those up for 20% off.
Ooh,
you need to get into the fountain. Last week I had the Master Gardeners on. They were talking about this is the window. You got to get them in now.
Get the bulbs in.
So you'll make sure that they come up just all bright and cheery in the spring.
In springtime.
Swain's, thank you for being the morning Scramble sponsor. Speaking of seasons, you guys ready for Christmas yet?
I can see it from here.
Would you like to know what I was listening to on the way into work this morning?
Well, then you need to move to Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
Pittsburgh just put up their downtown Christmas tree.
No.
Yay, Pittsburgh!
Yep, look at the calendar. That's ahead of Halloween, and it's up.
Wow.
The local news interviewed a small kid about what he thought, and this is what they said. Oh, let me get this. What he
I'm really excited because we're going to ice skate on, me and my family are going to ice skate on the tree. But I got to say, they should have waited for Halloween.
Yeah.
Even the excited kid. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a little too much overlap on the holidays.
I have no idea why they decided to do this so soon, unless maybe they were trying to put something that was a little cheery. As the weather gets drearier or something.
Maybe they're dressing up as a Hallmark Christmas town for Halloween.
Wow, that's early.
Speaking of Halloween, this is great. Airheads. They make those big.
It's also a movie, so it's the candy.
Anyway, this is actually a company, a group. Yeah, it's giving people a chance to win a creepy decoy boy. And telling people the fake kid is a way for adults to go trick-or-treating and not get hounded for being too old. What you do is you take this little fake kid along with you, and people think you have a kid, right? It's
very realistic creepy
looking. It's a robot, so it moves. It does all this. Yep. Here you go. Here's the commercial they put out for their decoy boy.
For too long, getting older has meant giving up the joy of trick-or-treating. Luckily, Airheads has a solution. The Decoy Boy.
Trick or treat, Airheads, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this your child?
Yeah.
The Decoy Boy is a humanoid robot with innovative candy extracting technology that makes it socially acceptable for you to go trick-or-treating.
Please place Airheads into my human hand. Can I have one more?
Unbelievable.
Please, please, please.
Okay.
And in case of emergency, there's always tantrum mode.
Yay! Airheads!
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
A little bit of a promotion there for their candy, right? Airheads.
Wow.
Yeah. Go online.
Very
just
creative.
if you search Airheads Decoy Boy, you can learn more about it. May not be an actual thing that's going to be out for Halloween.
That would be creepy. Yeah. Super creepy.
So, if you give your pets a little too much of the Halloween candy, well, they'll chub up.
According to my vet,
today
doesn't need any more candy.
Today is actually among the other things, and I didn't do this earlier because we were on to other stuff, is also Pet Obesity Awareness Day.
Okay.
Which is actually a serious thing.
That's
because
right.
a lot of our pets are getting a little chunky, and they don't handle it well because they have little organs, and it doesn't take
It's
much.
Not chunky, they're fluffy or chunky.
Chunky, yeah. Your cat is not.
No, he's a very handsome boy.
I have met some that aren't defined as obese.
That's right.
Right. A full third of pet owners admit that their cat or dog could stand to lose a little weight. And that's just the self-reported facts. That's not looking into the medical records,
Probably
right?
2/3.
33% of cat owners, 35% of dog owners say their pet is overweight or obese, either, right? Okay, but studies have found the real number is more like 60%.
Well, I feel like it's worse for dogs.
That's exactly what you were saying, though.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little bit of chub. This will make them very funny.
Your tonky.
Yeah.
With the little wags.
Obviously, we only have ourselves to blame. 54% of pet owners admit they usually give in when their pet begs for some treats or more meals. What? You need more? Okay.
Yep.
Easiest way to help them lose a few pounds is just to feed them less, and that's what usually happens. Then you have to have the willpower, though, to not, to
only give them
the
half
little
a cup
the
instead of a full
eyes
cup.
and all of that. You get, which they steal your soul.
Yes, they do. I have one of those.
Yeah. Who's going to say no to that dog face?
And then if you have a cat like mine, she'll look at me and go, "I'll kill you later."
Yeah. I know where you sleep.
And so now here's the other part of it, because, well, here we are in 2025. They ask, would you ever consider putting your pet on Ozempic?
You are kidding me.
I am not. Ozempic for pets, or Pet Zempic, has not been approved by the FDA yet, but it could be in the next few years.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
And 35% of pet owners say, yep, I'll do it.
I'll do it. Yeah, that's right.
Is it cheaper and does it work on humans?
I don't know. And get this one. Vets were even more likely to say yes. 45% of vets say, I'll prescribe that to my fat pets. Now, it's not even out yet. Anyway, but there you go.
Here we are. 2025.
Yeah. So
Ozempic for your pet.
Some Wegovy for me, little Zempic for Fido.
That's right.
We're all happy.
We're all happy.
I'm just I'm just here to report the news.
You know, with what happens to organs on Ozempic in humans, I feel like their little tiny organs would not be able to take it.
You're going exactly where I was going with that. I think, boy, I think my pet would have to have a really a big problem. Before I'd consider that, because it doesn't take much. I mean, you have a little cat, their kidneys and stuff. They get. I mean, that's why they get kidneys disease so early, or so easily, because they have just small little, not a lot of room for error. Anyway.
That's so weird. Well, Lyric had a vet appointment this week, and they weighed him, and he's a very healthy 15 pounds.
Okay.
Yep. He is a very long boy cat, though.
He makes it in. He's not girthy.
No,
he's long.
He's long.
Lengthy. Yeah.
Yes. When he wants to be.
Yeah, and then other times he'd like a little ball.
Oh, he's a little ball.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so cute.
He's not overweight.
No.
Not at all. Okay, I got to give you this morbid thing.
Oh, goody.
When you fly in a plane, they dim the lights for takeoff.
Right.
You ever wondered why?
Yeah.
It's pretty scary, actually. It's not what you think.
Is it psychological?
Little fun fact for you. Most people think it was all to make them a little more comfortable, right?
Set the mood.
Yeah. But simpleflying.com just put out an article. They say the real reason is so you'll be able to see better if there's a crash. Because it adjusts your eyes. The old, because it'll go dark. So if your eyes are already adjusted to that and then everything goes out, you won't have to adjust and you can react faster. Emergencies on planes, pretty rare.
I don't think I like this fact.
Takeoff and landing are the most likely times for something to go wrong, and if anything does happen, there's a good chance the plane will lose power. So dimming the lights ahead of time lets the eyes adjust so you'll be able to see better if everything suddenly goes dark. It also makes the exit signs and emergency lighting more visible.
Correct. Yep.
When it's out, those are still very well lit, and you can kind of see them a bit better. So the next time you fly and they dim the lights for departure, they're not doing it to keep you comfortable or to help you get off to your little nap. They're doing it in case the plane falls out of the sky.
You're just raising everybody's anxiety a little bit more, Todd. Next time you get on an airplane and the lights go dim.
The Morning Scramble, brought to you by Klonopin.
There is also another reason that's related to that they raise the shades when they land. And it has to do with finding you.
Yeah.
What in the heck are you doing to me this morning, Todd?
Yeah, I'm just saying there is something.
Hold on. Let me cover my teddy bear's ears.
I have a daughter who's a flight attendant. She tells me these things and can verify a few of them.
Yeah. It's okay, Teddy.
Now,
it's okay.
they're also trained not to go through the cabin and say, we're dimming the lights in case the power goes off. A lot of people think, though, they dim the lights to conserve power.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a mood thing, right? Calm everybody down.
Well, and on a modern jetliner now, they do kind of that. It is a mood lighting thing. You get on a new one. Yeah. It's because it used to be just like almost off or on.
Yeah, now they have it up in the ceiling.
They have a little bluish light depending on the time of day.
Change the color.
Yeah. If it's a night flight, you go on and it's all kind of cool blue.
I want a disco ball.
Yeah. Disco ball. That's a whole different kind of flight. But anyway.
And now it's time for
random
facts.
Okay, here you go with a few random facts for you. The most common sentence in the Harry Potter books is "nothing happened."
What?
Just said 2 words.
That's nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
The most common sentence in the Twilight books is "I sighed."
Hey.
The most money someone can make on an episode of Jeopardy is $566,400.
Wow.
But that would require them getting the daily doubles as the last question in both rounds and doubling up with them every time. So the most someone's actually ever won in one episode is $131,127.
Not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Let's see. Oh, here's an interesting. The movie The Mask.
Great movie.
Cameron Diaz's role almost went to Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, that would have been an entirely different movie.
Yeah.
There you go. So, and there's enough energy in 1 gallon of gas to charge your iPhone once a day for over 10 years. And now you know.
Okay.
Gotta go plug my.
How do you do that?
We're out of time.
Run your car. You have to start your car and charge
your car, charge it, and actually I think they take it by the actual. There's a measurement of energy.
Right. Yep.
Nerds.
Yep.
Nerds.
All I know is I know now why they dim the light on the airplane when you take off. All right, Jim, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Amanda,
thank you.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
News is coming up next.
Hi, friends. It's Carrie Chance with the Wanda Fuca Foundation. We're partnering with Crab Fest again this year to serve up more than just seafood. We've got a full lineup of free music all weekend long. Don't miss our Friday